Hi, I would love to introduce Gareth, our head of business at Pentland Land Rover, Perth. Gareth, thank you for coming along to do the careers conversation
No problem.
chat with us. Just one thing that I did think that you would have done prior to this chat, brought out your award and sat it on the front of the table.
I didn't want to come across in a particular manner, so I'm trying to be professional today.
Okay, well
Gareth.
I completely got you wrong then. So Gareth, the first question is, what was your first job?
I was 8-year-old and my gran ran a corner shop
Right.
just round the corner from where we stayed, and it was attached onto a hairdressing salon, which is quite ironic, and I swept the hair Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday.
My God.
So I was 8, 50 pence a day, and that helped me buy Panini football stickers.
Amazing.
As well as saving up for Christmas presents for my parents. So that was my first job,
What?
8-year-old.
8-year-old.
Yeah, I was greedy from a young age.
I can see that. I can see why you're good at your job then. What did you want to do when you left school? So what career did you want to?
It took me a long time really to decide. I mean, from a professional perspective, I always wanted to get into sales. I played semi-professional football when I was at school, and that's really what I wanted to do.
Who did you play for?
St Johnstone. So the local team, yeah, and still in Albion and Brecon. So
Right.
it didn't work out for whatever reason. I think at that age, 16 to 18, you've got a path that you choose, and I think it didn't work out for whatever reason. So I wanted to go into sales. So really from the get-go, that's kind of what the motivation was. Went into sales at 18 with Aviva. Tried to get in the motor trade at 18, but I was too young from a sales perspective. So no, I kind of knew that I wanted to sell.
And sell cars.
Yeah, at 18.
Right.
It's quite unusual, I know. But
And is that because you had a passion for cars or just a passion for sales?
I think a accumulation of the two. I
Right.
think selling cars, something that you're interested in, something tangible, you know, for the brands that we now represent, which I'm very privileged to do so. But no, I just knew from the day dot that I wanted to sell product.
And it's funny because working in recruitment, I see like all the CVs coming through, and it's funny because a lot of ex-professional footballers apply for car sales.
So
It's a competitive kind of...
I thought you were going to say it's if you're a failure as a footballer, then you go into car sales.
No, it's like the competitiveness, and they actually
Absolutely.
do make it a very good career within it.
Yeah, I think the behaviours you get in that environment, teamwork, you know, accountability, you want to be competitive, you want to be successful, so to cascade that into retail, yeah, absolutely, there's an affiliation between the two.
Yeah, 100%. So how long have you now worked for John Clark Motor Group?
I will be 10 years to the day on the 1st of October this year.
What was your first role?
I was a sales executive at McRae and Dick Ford for 6 months before being headhunted by Peter Vardy.
Right.
I was 7 years with them, and then went to Stratstone, and John took over 9 months after starting there. So yeah, 10 years it'll be.
My God.
Which has gone very quickly.
Yes, I can imagine. I can imagine. And what is it you enjoy about the head of business role? Because obviously you've made that progression where you're now head of business.
Well, you mentioned competitiveness, so I love being up against my peers and to be successful. I really should have brought the award and put it there. I'm regretting that decision straight away. I love working with people. I love the day-to-day part of the job. I love the uncertainty. It's certainly not monotonous. There's so much entailed within the job. It's busy, it's fast-paced, so the days go quickly, which is great when you're working.
Yep.
I just love what I do, to be honest.
And what's the number one quality that you think you need to be successful within the role that you do? Or there might not be one, there might be a couple, but what's...
I think you have to be a people person first and foremost. People work for people, and there's a lot of buy-in from that. And if you can take people on the journey with you, I think that helps. You can be as good an operator as you want at the top, but if you don't have competent, engaged staff, you won't be a success.
No.
So I think it's imperative that you have good interpersonal skills. And then you need to be a leader, you need to be quite vocal, you need to challenge up the way as well as down the way. You need to be receptive to criticism from your staff, because we're not perfect.
No.
We make mistakes. I make plenty of mistakes, so I know you know that. So not a few qualities, but primarily I'd say it's all about people.
Yeah, no, definitely. How would you say a typical day looks for you?
Come into the business, that you are present in all departments, so you can be seen, have a chat with all the staff, you make sure that your line management have a structure to their day, that any information from whether it's the manufacturer or the John Clark Group is cascaded through the site. That creates the culture. I have a meeting every day at 10 o'clock with the management. There can be online meetings. I like to speak to the customers. Just to be present in the business, I think, lead from the front. You're the tip of the spear in your business, so you want to be, on the forefront.
So you're not one that a manager comes in and shuts his door. You're constantly out in the.
I would hate that.
Guys, yeah.
I'm very fortunate to have worked for people in this position in the past, and they were very similar to myself. They were present on the showroom floor. They were receptive and available to conversation and help. I love spending time with my managers and bringing them on, and I think the biggest satisfaction you can get is to watch that individual grow and then look for other opportunities, which has happened over the last year or so.
No, we can see that.
Yeah.
And the last question, what would you tell your 16-year-old self?
I've been deliberating on that question. I've got professional answers, so I'm going to go with that. I think that's the right idea. Not to take yourself too seriously, to maximise every moment that you can. Because I look back and I remember being 16, believe it or not. So maximise everything, enjoy life. From a professional perspective, don't take yourself too seriously. Be open to criticism, as I said. But I think I've shown a lot of the qualities that I don't have too many regrets as such. So I don't know if that answers the question or not.
Yeah, I think you've lived a vibrant life. That's what I would say. What we're going to do is we're going to get Gareth's award, and we're just going to put it here so that people can see it.
I'm happy to do that.
Yes.
There you are. That one right there.
Pride in place.
Absolutely,
so,
yes.
Gareth won Dealer of the Year at John Clark Motor Group. So well done.
Thank you.
Well done to your team at Perth.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks
Jade.
so much.
Cheers.